right, welcome back to Everyone Needs an Aquarius. We are back. We are back. It is me, Daryl, with Dom. How are you doing?
I'm holding on. I did a quick 36 hours in St. Louis. I didn't get to see you, unfortunately.
Yeah. I was all the way out and all the way out with the little one, doing fireworks, man.
Look, I read your text message wrong. I
Yeah,
thought
you
you.
was like at the club. I was like, I ain't no club. I said I was at Roy's.
I thought maybe he had like a lounge.
You thought that was the name of the lounge. You like, you finna put me on the new spot on the
Well,
west
yeah,
side.
that's what I thought. And so I clearly read it wrong, and I was like, "Oh, he's like club." I said, "Oh my god, I read this so wrong."
So it was a
And
baby shower.
yeah, it was cool. It was cute. It was cute. My
It's
little
her first
sister.
kid, right?
Yes, my little sister actually they did the civil ceremony, which apparently I missed the phone call. To be there via phone. I also found this out at the baby shower. I said, "Ain't nobody tell me shit." And then yeah, my big sister was like, "Yeah, Jennifer called us on FaceTime, but you didn't answer." I said, "And Jennifer didn't cuss me out or say nothing." I said, "I think that's weird. I don't know if I was actually on that was actually called." Because the moment I don't pick up a call or a text, I get a message from my little sister and it's an attitude. So
So they got civilly married.
they're married. They did their civil ceremony, so legally they are married, and then the actual ceremony will be next year. And so she's due in September, and I am hoping that she is late, so she has a little Libra baby. Uh, the world don't need no more fucking Virgos, okay? Look,
Look, hey, Xander just don't want nobody born on her birthday. She can give a damn. She was like, no, nobody, no
look,
birth.
look. At the end of the day, the day got to end, and what the world don't need is another Virgo. Sorry to the Virgos out there, but yes. So it was cool, and I came back and did was getting some work done because we dropped Stone Cold Freaks on 7/6.
Yes, 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 yes.
And the page has been going up with some of the clips. You guys are not into the fact that men like to be pegged and women are talking about it. So it's been a good time. We have a clip that's like at 15, a little over 15,000 views and 100 and something comments. So we need y'all to follow the page, not just engage with the page, follow the page. It's going to be a lot of informational things that we speak about on the show. And we had such a great time having, being on this podcast, bringing Darren in to dissect what happens in the world of kink and the shame that is behind it. And it's so interesting in the comments, the men even speaking about, "Oh, I'm bi, and it depends on the day if I want to be pegged by a man or a woman."
What?
You have
I gotta
straight
go
men.
in these comments.
You got to go in the comments, and then there are, straight men talking about how they like to be pegged. So it's a whole conversation happening, back and forth banter in the comments, and we love that. So Darren actually just texted me saying that I'm getting a lot of high praise from his business partners and friends or whatever regarding my hosting skills, and I responded and I said, "Hey, look, somebody got to, somebody got to be the voice of reason. Somebody got to level and balance it out because it ain't you, my nigga. It's so it's been a fun time, and so I'm excited to see where this goes. I never really saw myself in the realm of having a sex podcast talking about sex and educating
And, and here you are.
and here I am. You know, I got to show me how good it can get. He said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Okay, all right. Here we
Hey,
are.
look,
How are you?"
next thing y'all gonna be having the more adult entertainers on there. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's like debunking a lot of myths, which we do have a MythBuster series. So each episode will be another myth that we're debunking. And the episode that'll come out, because at the moment it's bi-weekly.
So Dom, computer went out for a second. With retrograde is in full effect. Everybody, talk more Dom. Now, Dom, I'm assuming your mic is
Look,
back.
I gotta wait. Look, now I gotta make sure now that it's plugged in, is it reading the damn mic? Ain't that
Uh-oh.
about a bitch?
Let me tell y'all, my niggas, like my
Retrograde is trying to.
Yeah, now it's doing a buzzing.
It is.
Yep.
I just plugged it in. Oh my God. Look, let's
good now. We perfect now. You good?
Okay, cool. I think it's just taking a second to catch it. Let me tell you niggas. Look, Retrograde been trying to take your girl out. And I just every day I'd be like, when something happened, I said, I'm trying to convince myself that retrograde is not real. So last night I found out that my processor, my laptop is an older MacBook. And I the processor, it said, you are ancient, you are a tenured laptop, and we are no longer doing upgrades. And so so that's the issue. So I'm on Monterey 12.75.5, and they on Ventura 13 something or whatever. And
so they changed totally different. They didn't went to a totally different processor.
And I think that there are different versions depending on your Mac, but look, they said legacy is what you are, and we will not. So you're gonna have to buy new. And then the other day, out of nowhere, my phone just starts overheating. I'm on a business call, and my phone is overheating. So I'm trying to get the notes, and then it just cut out. It's cut off. And I said, yeah, you're really trying to get me, but I'm not gonna let you win. And I just was like, hey, finish taking the notes and just tell me what the update is.
Retrograde in full effect, boy.
In full effect, because on my side right now, you frozen, and I know you're not frozen. See, there you are.
Yeah, no.
You're back. Now you're moving. It's just funny. It's just funny. But it's okay. It's okay. Life is good. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my refrigerator, and I am blessed.
Yeah, no.
That's all I got.
Everything's been straight with me, man. Daughter.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
What's new in your neighborhood?
Yeah,
besides you coming out here.
Yeah. I will be in LA for 4 days. I will be out there for 4 days.
Yeah, we'll have a good time.
Yeah. So, man, the only thing is this World Cup, man. It's been fantastic for the record. Shout out to everybody that's been hitting me up. I'm gonna do a posting. I am gonna do a posting before the World Cup final. Because I think some people are saying I should compare some of the countries to rappers. Then somebody else is like,
but you supposed to create a whole series.
Yeah. But no. But I'm gonna need time because I'm actually gonna want to do something and make it look real professional. Like whatever I'm doing with it. Like I'm gonna make it like super professional with it.
I get 5% because I came up with
you did. And or the other one, somebody was like, take the Game of Thrones families and make it.
See, I don't know. I don't watch Game of Thrones, so I just know what the Dracarys are, and then I know Cersei.
Dracarys? Who's the Dracarys?
Dracarys,
Targaryens.
What it look? Hey, I know Cersei is somebody crazy because there's a girl at the school named Cersei, and she not too.
But how old is she? The Cersei.
At the school, it's a kid. It's a kid.
Oh, so somebody named their kid off basically after. Yeah. You got Cersei is also in the Odyssey and Iliad. But she's a witch in that too. So I mean,
yeah.
Somebody knew what they was doing when they named their daughter Cersei though. Like, oh, I love Cersei.
She's a nightmare kid.
Sounds like Cersei from the TV show.
Yeah.
So let's jump into it though, Dom. Where do we want to go first?
Where are we starting with the World Cup? You started with the World Cup.
Yeah. So I am going. But let me finish that. The World Cup, USA. We are the Lannisters in the Game of Thrones. For people that know the Lannisters, we knew money that think we should be involved and be the top dog and all this shit, but we still knew money when it comes to certain things, particularly in soccer. Yes, we have all the great resources. We have all these great things going on, but we still got to grow up as a country when it comes to soccer. I was telling cats I thought Belgium was going to get us down. Trump comes in, fucks up, gets us a player back. We necessarily need a back or need that mojo on us. Shout out to Lukaku, the guy that went on a date with Meg to the wedding. He scored a goal and started pointing at the crowd like, yeah, y'all try to cheat us. Or whatever, basically like, So shout out to Lukaku because that even though it was a troll job after you scored your goal, brother, I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, isn't football in this version, well, since we call it soccer, isn't that kind of new here as far as like a professional sort? We've had people like, I know it's been a thing, but it's nowhere on the level it is internationally. Like I know who Mia Hamm,
no.
I know who Mia Hamm is. I'm trying to think of
Tony,
Pele.
Rappaport. You got Megan Rappaport.
Don't
You
know
got
him.
Trinity
I know
Rodman.
who Pele is, but I think no, he's not.
But you got, that's the girl side. Trinity Rodman, Dennis Rodman's daughter, is like one of the best players. One of the best. She don't fuck with him.
She biracial?
Yes.
Okay.
She married a black dude though.
Okay, so
I know. Random people will be like, "What does that have to do with it?" It has a lot to do with everything.
Listen. We grew up in the '90s. It has everything to do with everything. The nigga was wearing a wedding dress.
Yeah.
His kids are biracial. That's all you needed to know.
Well, he said he only dates white women or Hispanic women. Because he said black women, he's one of those cats that would say that black women used to call him ugly and stuff, so he don't mess with them.
He probably had a little touch of the tism and a little bit of the he's definitely eccentric, but I didn't think he was a terrible looking dude. Seriously, I'm weird. And see, I like weird niggas. So, like, y'all know some of my crushes, they're not everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay, because I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I like a weird nigga. Stay weird, my friends.
So, in his book, Bad As I Want to Be, in 1996, he claimed his preference stemmed from college where he had bad experiences with black women and felt more accepted by white women. That's a quote. 1996.
Well, I liked you and your green hair and your blonde hair and your
but shout out to the U.S. World Cup.
That gives very LDE, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
But yeah, shout out to the U.S. men's team. It's not people thought. I mean, they did overhype them. Of course they did. It's the U.S. We'll be hyping 4 more years when the World Cup is in Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. So we'll be hype again thinking that we can maybe do a run. But maybe we will do. We'll see.
And speaking of World Cup festivities, if you go onto the Foot Locker Instagram page, you will see your girl as I hosted and helped worked at a Foot Locker event that was hosted by Complex Magazine. They had a festival here in the LA Historic Park, not too far from the crib. And yeah, it was a good time. So it was a soccer themed booth set up, and we had a really good time. Keep swiping.
Yeah, so everybody go check that out. I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, we was personalizing, customizing jerseys and shirts and all of that stuff in the heat. So yes.
All right, let's jump on in. Even more, sad news out of Mississippi with this situation with the brother Nolan Xavier Wells. He was left by his homeboys. Actually, we're just gonna play the Good Morning America is gonna give us the Profession Now breakdown for us right here. Right here. Hold on.
This morning, the desperate search for answers in Mississippi after the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells, authorities recovering a body believed to be the teen. Investigators and volunteers from the Cajun Navy spent the weekend urgently searching for Wells after he vanished from Horn Island on July 4th.
Nolan Wells was on a boat. He left from a private dock area in the Ocean Springs area and proceeded with his friends to Horn Island.
Wells was visiting the barrier island 10 miles from the Gulf Coast, boating with friends, last seen about 3 p.m. Saturday.
They left and went back without Nolan. From what we understand, he chose to stay there.
Later that night, when he didn't return home, his mother reporting him missing to police, then quickly taking to social media, posting pictures of the teen pleading for help finding him. The heartbreaking discovery made about 8:45 Monday morning when authorities say the Mississippi Community College wide receiver's suspected body was found in the water just off the shore. His mother writing, "His father, our family, friends, and I are absolutely devastated," describing Wells as a sweet son who was always willing to cheer and uplift others. Now, investigators say they suspect he drowned, but they're still interviewing friends who were with him as they work to pinpoint what exactly happened.
That's why we're still asking for information if anybody has anything, any knowledge.
And that information, the sheriff says, will help them paint a better picture of what happened to Nolan in the moments before his death. A toxicology report from the coroner's office is still pending.
All right, Dom.
All right, D.
So there's more context to this that the news story doesn't have on here. He went with a whole bunch of his friends from college and high school. He's the only brother with them. It was another brother there, I guess, is one of his friends that was there with some other groups of people. Supposedly they just left him. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna stay here," and they just left. But they had his cell phone as well. Then there's people, the other witnesses that are saying that they had an altercation before they left, before those boys left. And I don't know if they did anything to him nefarious, but the main thing is why you leave your homeboy, period.
And that's what I was gonna say.
That's it. That's what made me think it's nefarious when you
Yep.
and they didn't report him missing until they got home. And they knew he didn't show back up at the dock anytime soon. They waited till they got all the way back home. And they have his cell phone, so what are he gonna do?
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. I said I think that's the most interesting part is that in this day and age, especially a kid in that age bracket, why are you not taking your phone? You know, I think that, and like you said, that's the part where it sounds crazy, because why wouldn't I take my phone if I'm not? How the hell am I gonna get home? Like even if I hitch a ride with somebody back to the mainland and I'm calling an Uber or my parents to come and get me, how am I gonna do that? So that doesn't make sense. And I also, you know, on the flip side, let's say if nothing happened, right? Okay, but y'all deactivated your social media. Somebody mama is a judge. So that's the thing. And I get maybe, okay, we don't want to get harassed, but also when you go do something like that almost immediately, it means it just comes across as very, like you said, nefarious. Because if I'm going to say something, I'm like, hey, you know, this was my friend, regardless of what happened, or even if friends fight, but that's my boy and I love my friend, and I'm not deactivating my social media. Now, I might limit my comments, but I'm still going to operate in a different way that does not look.
But I can see if they're especially when a mama a judge, she might have just told them all y'all turn off y'all shit until we.
Yeah, no, and I think that's what happened. But also, you know, I'm interested to see, okay, who the people that saying that they got into an altercation. But again, why are you just leaving me on an island? Like, is there a ferry that gets me back? Like, I think that's just really crazy. And I think how we were raised.
So I'm reading here, though. It says online, many have looked story. This is from the Advocate. Stories from other men on that boat who at times claimed he stayed on the island with the woman to be with a woman named Katie. But that woman, through friends, says she did not know Wells before that day and had parted ways before his disappearance.
Damn.
It says a viral online clip. Oh, hold on. They got a clip with something happening? Oh, shit. We got the clip. Hold on.
Well, there's an update breaking.
Yeah, this. Oh, damn. It's gone. This article just popped up 2 hours ago. So a viral online clip, you could click on it and it's gone. That was on Twitter, it looks like. Suggests that there may have been an intense altercation, we know that, involving Wells on Horn Island, witnessed by numerous boaters. But the New York Post reports police have not confirmed the video's authenticity. Online speculation has focused on the families of the young men who were with Wells, including unverified claims that one of them has a family connection to a local judge. Warren Cole is the son of Chancery Judge Ashley Cole and her husband. In a public social media post on Tuesday, Ashley Cole said her family was grieving with the Wells family and that her son loved Nolan dearly.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I'm just gonna say this, man, and look, a lot of y'all, I'm cool with a lot of people in the mainstream community.
I'm seeing a clip. It says,
meanwhile,
Yeah, it says, okay, update. According to his white friends, they said they thought Nolan joined another boat home. Meanwhile, new witness reports and photos have emerged showing that Nolan got into a fight with some of the white guys around 4 p.m. at the beach and then mysteriously turned up dead. And so and so I'm looking at a video now where it is, I guess, someone is panning and showing.
Oh, they're just kicking it like, oh man, we at the beach thing.
Yeah, and then
and you see the altercation as they panning.
Yeah. 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 And I think it's just like one of those things.
My thing is there's gonna be, to me, there's something and like, yo, like you, if y'all didn't get into it, there's some negligence on your part that you let, and y'all know, I mean, I know they young, they 18, so I'm trying to be fair in this because they're still all 18, 19-year-old kids. They dumb as fuck.
We're savages.
Yes, that's true. That's another part. Yes, savages. You're that age, you're a savage. But like, I'm just thinking, like, man, like, just leaving your homie there. We came together, we rode together. You know how many times I got mad and cussed out somebody because I was ready to go, but I ain't leaving.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, but we're raised differently to not leave people behind. And it might be,
and y'all have his phone though, too, though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you have his phone. So that is the crazy thing. That's like, how do you give his phone to his parents and be like, oh, he didn't leave with us, but we still had his phone? That's weird.
And I'm telling you, they're dumb if they think that they got into his phone and deleted some shit they ain't want to see. That's what I'm wondering, if that's why they had the phone.
I can see
you're talking about it's an affair, but we know that all that stuff is in the cloud already. It's sent, it's gone, it's out there. Unless I know there's a time period that they can't get back your stuff. They'd have to wait like 2 or 3 years to try to go into the cloud or something to try to pull some text message or video up, and it'd be gone. They up in that phone right now. Now, the other side of it is, there still is Mississippi.
Yep, and that's what I was going to say. This is Mississippi. Always something in Mississippi.
Brett Favre still ain't went to jail, and we know he stole $30-40 million from the food stamp fund there. We know it. They got him lined up. Ted DiBiase Jr. in jail. The $1 Million Man and his son went to jail, I believe. Are they still locked up? But Brett Favre, we know where the money is with that dime. It went to Southern Miss's volleyball stadium for the girls, for his daughter's team. So I'm not holding my breath for Mississippi.
It's just really sad that this is a tale as old as time, but it's a conversation that people have to have with their children surrounding certain things.
Ted DiBiase Jr. got acquitted March 20th, 2026. The $1 Million Man's son is out, so he ain't even go to jail.
Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about. So
they were in the same thing that Brett Favre was in, like stealing money from that food stamp fund.
Okay. Yeah. But ultimately, I think it's one of those things, like when we talk about safety when it comes to people that look like us. And for the longest, as far as procreating and having kids, and things could go just as bad for Black women. Mm-hmm. But it's like, that fear of having a son and having to sit them down to educate them about what it's like outside of our front door. And even now it's like, these motherfuckers are shooting up our house. So it's still the same thing, like having to explain to your children what life is like simply because we are Black. And, I'm seeing a lot of posts where people say, this is why I don't allow my kids to go out with certain people or stay the night or hang out with certain groups of people. It's important for my kids to have Black friends and, all of that, regardless of where they're in school. But, you're seeing so many comments surrounding this, and it is just really frightening and sad. And, the family has, retain legal service from Ben Crump regarding this, if this is, a civil rights matter. Because all I could think of is that they likely pinned that boy down, or if they did do this to him, if he has Face ID, using his face to delete whatever, like you said, off of his phone, and then y'all just miraculously just have his phone and just gave it back.
What if DOC never got into that car accident? What if Ice Cube didn't leave NWA? What if the game never leaves G-Unit? What if Teddy Riley never moves to Virginia? What if we got that J. Cole and Kendrick album? What if the RZA would have never had that flood? How would the hip-hop world sound today? Welcome to Hip Hop What Is, the podcast where we dive into the biggest what could have beens in hip-hop history. From iconic album delays to game-changing partnerships that never happened. We reimagine the culture we love and explore its alternative paths. And you are now at Hip Hop What Is.
This is fucking weird, bro. And you know, like the whole thing with Ben Crump, like, you know, as far as, and I know it's like civil rights and all of that stuff, so he's not a criminal lawyer, the French lawyer, anything like that. But, and I know, I'm like, he's definitely will likely get the money, but as far as, you know, like justice being started putting somebody behind bars, that's like few far, because he hasn't had, you know, he gets the people money, but like, it's, yeah. I think it's just one of those things where this is just fucking weird. It's weird. And it feels like a little bit of the Twilight Zone, a little bit, because we keep waking up and it's like a new day and then it's this again. You know, like a couple weeks ago, it was they found a Black woman hanging from a tree. And I think it might have been Florida. And I'm like, y'all are trying to rule that a suicide. And I'm like, that's not how, you know, like the signs of suicide don't necessarily operate within the realms of doing things publicly. So
that's a Mississippi too, right? That's a Mississippi one too, right?
I couldn't remember if it was in Mississippi.
I think it's Mississippi. I think it's Mississippi.
But it's there. I'm tired. I am tired of this cycle.
Yep, it was let me get his name right. Travion, aka Trey Reed. The body of 21-year-old Black college student was found hanging from a tree on the campus of Delta State University in Cleveland, Mississippi.
Yeah, I don't think that's a suicide.
September 15, 2025.
No, and this is something else.
This is the one I was talking about, the one that happened end of last year.
Yeah, no, there was one that happened several weeks ago where a girl hung herself, allegedly.
Now, I'm not going to sit out here and say that some people may end up doing that, and I'm not against saying that some people may do that, just because some people also like, I want my body to be found, like, but I just can't take being in this world anymore. So I don't want to discount the mental health aspect of this and everyone that is.
Absolutely.
So, you know what I'm saying? But it's Mississippi. When it's Mississippi, we need to do deeper investigations. This is one, and look, I know some y'all. We have a nice swath of people that from Mississippi to listen to the show. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This ain't no plaything with that. But this is sad because it's the people that want no justice, but also, man, you gotta watch your back around all these people. And this is you be careful when you out, especially when you younger. That's my biggest fear of my daughter, is that the idea of like she ain't been through shit yet, so she don't understand and know that motherfuckers ain't trustworthy, or like some people gonna fuck you. Like they basically, even if he didn't pass away, he should have. I'd have been like, fuck them, dude. I gotta fucking get back over here on some random boat with some random people, get my phone back from them, and then I'm just saying, like, it just wasn't, cool, man. And that's the thing of like, they're at the minimum, they horrible fucking friends. At the minimum. Yeah. At the minimum. Yeah. At the minimum.
Yeah, because like, and that's the whole thing that just like, it's the phone thing that it's just ain't no way.
I mean,
ain't no way.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
It's a man. Rest in peace, to that brother, man, and I hope peace to his family and his family and friends, man, his real friends, because these cats weren't his real friends.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about timelines. We going? Go ahead. You got it.
I just want to say I am not married. This is an aura ring. I just was looking and I was like, oh, this looking.
So somebody go say something on there and be like, hold on.
Yeah, no. My little sister had ordered an aura ring, and I kept calling it the Nuva ring, not even thinking twice. And they sent her the wrong size, so they told her to keep it. She gave it to me, so I got a free aura ring. That's what it is. I'm trying to track my health and get my health in order, because I breathe in the right amount of air, but I don't exhale the right amount of air. So I'm trying to work with that, breathing from my diaphragm versus my chest to get, and so, yeah, if you catch me making a video about my journey into exhaling properly, like, listen, the bitches from Waiting to Exhale, they exhale, I need to exhale, okay?
All right, we're gonna talk about CERN. CERN. Yes. We've been teasing this. Let's go. We're just gonna start. We're gonna get both sides of this now too. All right, so here we go.
Okay. You who don't know, CERN created this huge thing to try to recreate the Big Bang, and that's in the most layman's of terms. Okay, it's a lot of science. It's massive. It's like the size of a city, and it's underground. And they turned it on for the first time. I want to say it was either the end of 2019 or the very beginning of 2020, and that's when the whole world started going. There are all these conspiracy theories that them activating CERN and keeping it running has basically collapsed multiple timelines. And that's why there's all this wild, whack shit that's happening. That's why we've had all these Mandela theories and all these things happen. And they're finally going to turn it off after it's been on for 6 years straight. They're only turning it off for 2 years. They're going to turn it back on in 2028. People are saying if we have peace for the next 2 years, we need to go in droves and run that over. We'll see. I'm very curious to see if we can tell like a palatable difference.
When are they turning it off?
Oh, the end of this month.
Wow.
June 29th of 2026. They're turning it off.
Okay.
Wait, there's something really big happening astrologically that day too. I love when things align.
Retrograde, for those who don't know.
And all right, so we're gonna that's one side of it. This is actually a woman that I'm gonna play next. That is a woman that actually works for them, and this is her thoughts on these people saying the different things.
I know you don't want to hear this, but this is our timeline. As a CERN scientist, I get sent messages every single day from people accusing us of switching timelines or some other conspiracy theory, but we are in the timeline we have always been. The collisions that we do with the Large Hadron Collider are also happening naturally in our atmosphere and have been for billions of years. So what we are doing is what nature is already doing, but just in a more controlled way. And I know that some people are just trolling, but also I can empathize with the wish that there is some other better timeline out there and we could just, if only, switch to it. But this is the only timeline we've got. And if we want to live in the good timeline, then we are just going to have to come together and make it ourselves the regular way. We are going to have to work with empathy and hard work in order to make the timeline that we want to live in.
All right, Dom.
Yeah, I don't know.
What you think?
After watching Paradise, I don't know. Just with what do they call the thing in Paradise? They call it Alex. It's some woman's name.
Yeah.
And so I think that because people are so obsessed with science and like apocalyptic and post-apocalyptic things, I don't know if I trust what homegirl is saying, because we know that
the first girl or the scientist.
The scientist, and I'm a person that believes in science, so I want to start there, because this will also spin to another topic that we have later in the show. And I just, the interesting thing about all of this is, like, we think about life. Something happened the day that Kobe got into that plane, that helicopter crash. And that's been a theory.
Hold on. What now? No. Go, tell me that now. Go.
So, okay. So theoretically, okay, so these are theories, right? So if you're into numerology and things like that, there have been a lot of numerologists breaking down Kobe and the helicopter crash and what it kind of inflicted out upon the world that day. And so I can't think of one of the theories off the top of my head because it's been so long since I read the article. But pretty much what they were saying was that, like, it released something into the universe. So when we talk about timelines being alternated and things being crazy, like, in theory, when you really think about it, our lives have not been the same since Kobe died in that car, that helicopter accident.
I mean, I go back to Donald Trump in 2016.
I mean, you can say that. I don't believe the theory that, oh, they killed Kobe, that he was. I don't necessarily.
I'm just saying, I think the timeline got messing with Donald Trump.
Oh, I think the reality of the whole thing that happened with Donald Trump is interesting simply because of, I mean, he predicted this back in the 80s. Because, like, in the 80s, he was a Democrat. And someone ever asked him at that time, would he ever run for president? He said, if I ran for president, I would run as a Republican. Like, that would be the surefire way that I would get elected. Now, we didn't know he was going to throw extra sauce on it and be super racist and all these other things. We know he a crook. But is it shocking? Are we surprised your dad was a white, like, what do you call them? Not like a wizard, allegedly.
Yeah, he was with the Nazis too. I thought he was with the Nazis. And his original name was Drumpf, not Trump. That's what I heard.
Oh yeah. So see, I think it's that, but it's just also
that could totally be wrong too. But go ahead.
It's just disrupting the ebb and flows, but for me, it's like Trump is a lesson that America needed to learn.
I mean, we didn't learn it the first time we were elected.
They did it, and so it's like, oh, we want more, but it's just like a lot of crooks that's just having their way. And when we think about, like, the setup of America or any sort of, dynasty, America is now 250 years old. And this is around the time anyway where dynasties start to crumble and fall.
That's a good point.
So I can't necessarily say that, but it's just that, like, if something happened, and I'll have to find the article and text it to you about the numerology aspect of it. But then Johnny said he saw or read something, like, somewhere where somebody was saying, in theory, pretty much everybody died during COVID.
Yeah, did you tell me that, or somebody else?
That was me. It was likely me.
Okay.
And he was, like, saying why it feels like so many people are dying rapidly is it's the timeline trying to catch up.
So there's a timeline. So we basically got pulled in from another timeline.
Yeah.
People that are here currently.
Yeah. And so when I think of, like, and I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but it's just also very creepy. And fucked up if that's the truth. Yeah. But also when I think about the whole thing on Paradise, it's like how Alex is disrupting all of this stuff that's happening. And I think that the other thing that's weird too is because, like, what I thought maybe, and I think we might have talked about it on here. I'm not sure if we did a Paradise recap.
No, we have not.
Or we just talked about it, but it was just. But I was wondering if maybe Xavier that was running out or that came out after the city inside of that mountain, like pretty much dissipated, if it was Xavier for another timeline.
So you saying in theory there could be another Dom in another timeline running around in theory?
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. This isn't about, me. This is about Xavier and CERN.
But I'm talking about in your Johnny's theory.
Maybe. I don't know. Like I don't spend my time reading stuff on that. Life is already hard enough as is. I don't need my mind to be in hyper overdrive about some shit that I cannot control.
Yeah, no, that's one of my things, and that's why I try not to stay on conspiracy theories too much, because it's like I can't control this shit.
It just makes it drives you crazy.
It's gonna stress me the fuck out.
Yeah, and it is, especially as an Aquarius, it's gonna stress us the fuck out. So I don't know, but I think that that's an interesting theory, and I think that, like I said, how people, why you would want to create like something like the Big Bang, I have no fucking idea. Because we know, nigga, like, I mean, it created life, but it did a whole bunch of like fuck shit along the way too. Ice ages, floods and shit, depending on if you believe in evolution or the creation.
Yeah, you said the fuck shit.
And then hell, when you start really breaking down timelines and stuff, theoretically, a lot of the dinosaurs that existed didn't exist in the same timeline.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
Yeah,
I mean, not necessarily.
And they just now really start. What'd you say?
So much time between some of these dinosaurs too.
So yeah, listen.
Look, I'm just saying. I don't know if what I believe with this. If I believe it, I mean, I don't know. It seems I don't. The reason I may not get with this conspiracy theory overall, and I was debating with my boy Teddy, shout out to Ted, is because this would just be a convenient way for just us to not to inexcuse these fuckers out here that be doing fuck shit.
I would say the only reason why, because when we think about like the concept of energy and how energy like never dies, it just switches like wavelengths or whatever, and it shows up in different like forms. Like when we talk about like it feeling heavy, like that's not just one or a few people like, oh, does it feel like it is multiple people feeling or whatever? So they doing something for sure on top of inflation, motherfuckers. But I think that's why I could potentially believe that they test different things. I don't know why they will. To me, it would be, what is the relevance of trying to recreate the Big Bang Theory when you can cause like such a crazy natural disaster? But then if you want to go into the Denver airport theory, and then you bring in Paradise in that, and then how like one of the highest peaks the highest peak in America would be in Denver, and the theory with the under the airport, all these random like silos and all of that stuff, and y'all built this airport in the middle of nowhere because what? And then the murals inside the airport are depicting a new world, like pretty much an apocalyptic story. Then you have plaques in the ground at one point, and as people got hip, they removed a lot of that stuff, like New World Order something, and you trying to Google it and nothing comes up. So I think people are doing stuff to try to reset the timeline per se, but then we have to go into racism. So that I don't feel like it. We don't have the time.
Yeah, but I love to talk about it. It's interesting to think about, all these different possibilities timeline wise. All right, next up, Dom. LeBron James is not a Laker no more. But he did his son a solid.
He did his son a solid.
By getting him a job.
Yes. So
He
they're
did his kind
saying,
of stuff.
look, they're saying that the Warriors are very interested in signing LeBron.
Yeah, Rich Paul put up the 10 teams that they're gonna look after on his podcast.
So is the 76ers one of them?
Yes.
Which is so interesting because I don't know if, I mean, maybe because they got, Jaylen Brown in a weird ass trade from the fucking Celtics. We're not even, I don't know how time, I don't even feel like it.
All right, I'm gonna read the teams for you. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, Philadelphia 76ers, Golden State Warriors, Boston Celtics, Dallas Mavericks, Denver Nuggets, New York Knicks, San Antonio Spurs, Minnesota Timberwolves.
Honestly, if this is gonna be his last season, just go home.
Well, I don't know, man.
Go home.
I say go to Golden State and just be able to take you a flight up and down the bay to the Bay.
Yeah, I mean it's that, but then okay. So if he goes to Golden State, how is that different than what KD did? And don't feed me no bullshit. Oh, they beat, they had a 3-1 lead.
All right, go ahead, Dom, with your finish up your LeBron.
Yeah, so like I don't want to hear no bullshit about it was, they blew a 3-1 lead, whatever, and then KD went over there. How was that any different? Because they would essentially be doing the same thing. Though Golden State had won chips without him, it would be them, we have this missing link and we want to go out with a bang, so we call him LeBron.
But they all old though too.
They still can ball their ass off.
That's true.
They still can ball their ass off. But I just was saying theoretically, if LeBron is going to retire, because what is LeBron? 41?
41. He'll be 42 coming up.
Yeah, he'll be 42. And if Kobe was healthy, didn't have them injuries toward the end, I think Kobe would have played a little longer, if I can be honest. Because he just loved the game that much, and I do believe that about LeBron. And I know LeBron has had his fair share of injuries as well. But part of me, like, if this is the end of the road, go home.
They kind of go. Said go home. You just said go home.
Go home.
I don't know if he wants to go home though. That's the thing.
I don't know, and I think it's one of the. It's kind of tough, but it's just also. I just really don't. I saw a post where it was like, "Oh, LeBron James is seriously interested in the 76ers," and I'm like, "Why?" And I'm not trying to be funny, but you're not winning over there. No, I mean, you got Jaylen Brown. I mean, I think that's fucking weird. I don't know what fucking Boston is doing, and we know, they're quoting the great, what's her name, Nwozi Chimamanda or something. It's like, you can have ambition, but not too much. And it's just because she used Beyonce uses that poem at the beginning, at a part of Flawless on Self-Titled. And though she's talking to women, that is a line that always sticks out to me when it comes to Black people, just kind of in general. You can have ambition, but not too much. And they tell us to shrink ourselves to make ourselves feel smaller. But when you think of somebody like a Jaylen Brown, who is like literally on like a press tour at different universities talking about science and all this different type of, anthropology type shit. And it's like, I'm seeing the commentary around, Jaylen Brown thinks he's the smartest nigga and, smartest person in the room. Well, he probably is.
I don't think I'm on this.
Look,
he signed to Donda agents. Antonio Brown was the president. I don't know too many smart people that'll make that decision.
Well, he probably realized he's thinking of it through the lens of, I'm a huge Kanye West fan.
But that's not a good decision in general.
No. And we see where it got him.
And Kyrie Irving is his OG too.
Yeah, so we have to.
So these are two things.
The thing with
Kyrie Irving believes the earth is flat.
The thing, though we know that he can be a little hotepy at times, and a lot of the stuff.
He's a cool dude, though. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, and I think that it is just you have to know, unfortunately, your role and when you're in a particular lane. Now, once you try to veer out and do other things, like if your ultimate goal, because it was a point in time I felt like Kyle said, I don't think Kyrie Irving really want to play basketball like that no more.
I did feel like that at one point myself.
Yeah, we spoke about it. Like, do we think that Kyrie, based on the things that he was getting involved in and talking about, it was like, did he really want to play basketball anymore? And we were not sure. And so I think that Jaylen Brown is also trying to give himself a leg up, also understanding and knowing that basketball, he can't play basketball his entire life for the rest of his life. And so if I am doing these other things, I am also preparing myself. It is also the fucking off season, so bitches relax. But I am exploring other worlds. Like, when we think of Black people, we're multifaceted. So why can't I explore interests?
That's true.
What's the harm? And so y'all made some weird ass trade, and then y'all trying to push it off on fucking Jason Tatum.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up with the Jason Tatum.
Listen, but every offseason is very interesting in the league. We always say that. So here we are again, because everybody is looking around like, what? So. But sidebar, I think that I don't know. I just can't see LeBron playing for the 76ers. I cannot.
I think he don't fuck around and go to Miami, man. Because he wants it. After you ain't been in cold weather, like getting out of Cleveland, no disrespect to Cleveland, but like, man, you know what? Playing in your hometown is hard as fuck. I know how it feels. When I used to do parties here and having people be calling me, I can imagine being in Cleveland, having people blowing up his phone that has his direct line.
He's changing his number. He got the business line. He got 2 personal lines, and he may have 2 business lines. But he's changing his number. And anything that pop up with an area code and from Ohio where that ain't his kids,
it's out of here. It's out of here.
He's like, this is spam. This is spam. I'm blocking this number.
Hey, you said LeBron James is gonna just let it go. Like, you just let the number go.
And athletes change their numbers all the time anyway, so it's like a part of the system. And maybe him not so much because you got kids, so there's a level of, because your kids are, outside of Ronnie, your kids are in school. So
and maybe he has 3 or 4 phones, and one of them.
I'm confident of that.
Yeah, and this the phone when Cass asked my phone number at the family reunion phone.
Yeah.
And then the other one is something else. You know what I mean? So like it's just interesting with this. I don't know where LeBron gonna go. It's amazing that he's able to take us through this journey. I'm kind of want the journey of LeBron to end, just because I would like to see some different other players and the other storylines. But at the same time, ain't nobody stepped up to be that person to take all his shine. So
yeah.
But
I know that
this fool did the decision 3 times, man. He did the decision 3 times.
Right. That's what to say. This about to be decision all over again. We're gonna be tuned in, because I remember I got ESPN for that. And then I canceled it. Like, I was like, oh, I don't need this, because at this time it was regular TV. So I had regular, actually, what did I have? Somehow I remember bumping up the package to see that. And because I think I just pretty much had like basic cable at that time. And but it feels like I remember subscribing to something, like adding something up to see this shit. And I was like, it's just like when I didn't always have, for the longest I had Joe Max, but when I had gotten HBO because of Lemonade, and then I canceled it.
Oh,
but now I got my daddy logged in, so now we good.
All right, next up, Dom. Hey man, this woman blames the vaccine on killing her twins, but she ended up killing them. So I'm gonna read the copy here. A mom blamed vaccines for her twins' death. She's now charged with murdering them.
First degree.
Yeah, first degree, y'all. Days after her 18-month-old twins were found dead, Andrea Shaw appeared on a podcast produced by Children's Health Defense the anti-vaccine organization formerly led by current U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy. The podcast amplified her claims that routine childhood vaccines were responsible. Before an official cause of death was determined, more than a year later, a grand jury indicted Shaw on 2 counts of first-degree murder. Instagram approved paid ads linking users to child sexual abuse material. Oh no, that's just that one part. Okay, so let me dive into.
I was like, wait, I don't remember reading that.
Yeah. I need to dive into this a little bit more. I'm on CNN site now too. We could play something.
And what an interesting way to cover up the murder of your children than to use vaccines. Because, we know that in the more recent years, vaccines have become very controversial surrounding child growth, stunting child growth, development, overall way of, life regarding vaccines. And this is prior to even the COVID vaccine, right? Mm-hmm. And people linking or allegedly
linking autism to it.
Autism to vaccines. Mm-hmm. And people say, oh, we didn't have all these vaccines growing up, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yes, you did.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. Actually, we did.
Hold on, I found a video for it. Hold on,
okay.
Here we go.
A mother who says that her twins died after routine vaccinations is now facing 2 counts of first-degree murder. Andrea Shaw says she took her 18-month-old twins to the doctor where they got 3 vaccines. She says the next day...
Don, what'd you say for people can hear you?
She did that shit. Look at her.
They became so sick she took them to the emergency room. They were briefly treated and released. She says a week later, she woke up to find that the children had died, and she believes that they died in their sleep. She is absolutely adamant that they died as a result of the vaccines. Medical experts insist that vaccines, these routine vaccines that children get, are safe. Law enforcement has a completely different theory. They believe Andrea Shaw killed her children, although they're not giving much detail about how they believe she did it. The indictment has very little detail. Law enforcement isn't commenting beyond saying that the charges come as a result of a lengthy and thorough investigation. Andrea Shaw's attorney told CNN that he was shocked when she was arrested, and they plan to fight this case. There are still many outstanding questions. We're working to get more information from law enforcement. We're also asking for the autopsies of the children. Andrea Shaw at this moment is in custody. She's on a $2 million bond. She is also about 2 weeks postpartum from a child she delivered via C-section. That child is now at home with Andrea's husband, that child's father. She is pleading not guilty.
So hold on, she just had another kid.
So my question is this. Y'all gonna have to give us some more information. What is the information that y'all saw that tied or linked?
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to, everybody coming to watch, though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey, man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And
Peace.
he do regular day jobs. Don't forget that.
Y'all to believing that this woman did kill her kids. Now, I don't want to make no jokes.
Okay.
But I was going to talk about her weak jawline, but I won't do that. But because, like, let's say that there is a possibility, just like when I give my dog vaccines, that she could react to it. Like, you can have a reaction. I don't believe that to not be, not true. Yeah. I think that's possible. But because there is so little information out here, did she say something, or what did y'all see in the autopsy? That's the only part that irritates me about this, as crazy as this is. And like I said, y'all, we're going to talk about science and stuff again. And here we are, because just simply based on historically, in the recent years, the conversations that we've had surrounding vaccines. Now, I don't want to give my kid 5 vaccines at one time. Great. Then you have every right to spread them out. But I do believe, we keep having different random outbreaks of monkeypox, rubella, all these other things that have vaccines for. What are we doing?
Hey, that's the key right there, is that we have all these different vaccines, and we are out here playing games.
Out here playing games. And I'm really, and I don't know the particular vaccine that they believe that happens, to kids like when they're like around 2 or 3, and where it really disrupts like the ebb and flow of, allegedly, like I said, when it comes to little boys, because boys are have higher numbers of autism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the classroom I'm in now, all boys. And initially, when I started at the school last year, and when we had 8 kids, it started out with 8. All of them were boys, and then we got 2 girls.
Autism is boys in general, though, right? Is that just the thing?
Yeah, for some reason, it's just, y'all not to wrap too tight any fucking way. So,
and I'm just saying, a lot of y'all cats was supposed to be in that class too. If we'd have been,
and that's what I was going to say. I think we also have to really logically think about through the lens of, there are people that were in the class that are now out in the wild, and then people that probably should have been in the class out in the wild. And we have to have a conversation about Black people and our children when it comes to autism, even if your child could potentially have high functioning autism. Autism doesn't mean that everybody is low functioning and has severe cases of autism. It's a spectrum for a reason. SZA was diagnosed with autism, so she has high functioning autism. And I told my sister, I said, now you understand why she dressed whimsical. She's autistic.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I think that's really crazy, especially it's just detrimental to blame vaccines for your children's death. Again, I do think that things happen, but they found enough evidence to come and knock on your door and arrest you. But I want to know what the evidence is. Y'all can't give us the sauce and not give us the bread to spread it across, so we can really devour and indulge in the situation at hand.
Yeah, I just can't believe that I'm going to be following this case.
We definitely following this case.
Yeah, like this is something for the books, as they would say.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get into some fun stuff, Dom. We've been kind of serious. All right, I'm gonna read the headline to you, and I want to get your initial reaction off the top of it. Black folk infiltrated a white proud Facebook group. Thousands of Black folk infiltrated a white and proud group on Facebook, and it turned into a massive digital family reunion. The group, created in 2023, surfaced on the timelines of Black Facebook users across the country who quickly realized it was open to anyone. The takeover was made possible due to purported oversight by the group's administrator. Users can set privacy settings for Facebook groups, something the administrator did not do. The White and Proud group is still public and visible to all users. Although the moderators of the group have since limited who can comment within the group, thousands of Black Facebookers have made their voices heard with hilarious responses to racist posts, with one user writing, "First time colonizing, kind of nervous." And another stating, "Now that this page has gone Black, it can't go back." The group initially had about 15,000 users before the takeover and billed itself as white people enjoying conversation with other white people and enjoying the accomplishments of our ancestors. Even though the Facebook group is now restricted, it is still growing rapidly. The group averaged more than 90 posts a day before a moderator limited comments. The takeover appears to have begun with the post from Glenn Malias. Most, if not all, of the accounts making the racist posts are most likely posting under pseudonyms and are trolling. Some of the comments are below. "Lift every chair and sing." And it's a dude holding a whole bunch of chairs. "My grandma's white, so it's okay."
I love us for real. And
walk in your trap and take over your trap. All my black folks check in. That's a post. Then how much to turn this into a blacks only group? And it's got the pies from Life, where he's like, how are we gonna take the white pies into nigga pies? Some of y'all are about to be white and unemployed. Because somebody Kanye taking a picture. Let's start a Soul Train line. Gift only. If you aren't white, you need to leave this group. Don't y'all know how to read? And then Mandy Williams says, I invited them. What time is the KKK meeting? Because we coming for that too. It's tons of messages in there, man. And
I just love black people. We're
what you got on
resilient, and only thing we can do is laugh. And I was interviewing my homegirl, because my homegirl Naya, and she hadn't been on my podcast in a minute. And that was one of the things we was talking about. All we have is our laughter, our joy, being able to find the humor in life, because life is so chaotic, especially for people like us. So that's all we can do, is finding the humor in every which way that we can.
Yeah, the idea that they let them, because at first, when I first heard this, getting more details from it, I was like, I wonder if someone accidentally invited someone into the group and then they did that. They said it was public, so I thought it was but I thought it was a private group originally. So I was like thinking, like, who would be dumb enough to make an open group for white supremacy?
People that are slow.
Yeah. So I thought originally in my mind, it went that they invited a random white person they didn't know, and then they started inviting black people into the group, and then other black people started. And I thought it became a mushroom effect like that. I didn't know they just opened up the front of the building to come in. I thought it was a little bit more covert that someone got in. I didn't know it was open.
Yeah, idiots.
Like, man. All right, Dom. Man, have you been seeing this drama going around with Amanda Stenberg and Tomi Adeyemi, the writer of Children of the Blood and Bone, which is coming out in January 2027?
Yes, I saw a little bit of it, and I know Amanda responded, and I forgot to go back and listen to her response.
So if you want to look up her response and send it to me, I'm gonna tell you
it's a long.
It's long. It's not like a quick thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tomi Adeyemi, who's the one who wrote the book, it's a lot of discourse on this because nobody knows for real, but she basically unfollowed everybody from the movie. She put up on her TikTok, she's not supporting it. And Amanda Stenberg, don't put her name in her mouth ever again. And don't hit her, don't page her, don't, reach out to her, none of those different things. The interesting part about this film is that, and so some people are speculating that, it's because Amanda Stenberg is biracial and it's supposed to be more African based. But the main character in this, from what I'm reading, is Thuso Mbadu. She's playing the main character in this in the movie. And you also got Damson Idris in there, Tosin Cole, Cynthia Erivo, Lashana Lynch, Idris Elba, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Regina King, Viola Davis. Amanda Stenberg's the only light-skinned person amongst all these people. Yeah. So there's people speculating, and my thing to a certain extent, and even with some stuff I wouldn't talk about, within doing that stuff, man, when you get a check to do some stuff and you already signed off on it, and then it's in that fine print and things don't go your way, why are you shitting on the movie and saying you ain't? Why? What is the purpose of it?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm seeing. Okay, so according to
some people saying that she's upset about the Amanda Stenberg casting, but then another thing, they said that she wrote the character, or thought when she wrote the character that it would be in Zendaya, so it wasn't a big deal to Amanda. This is from this writer. I don't know, man. And the book is kind of it's basically like a Black Game of Thrones, to give people an assertion of this novel. It's like a Black Game of Thrones. And placed in a fictional country in Western Africa.
So it still isn't really clear. So listen to this. The film adaptation of The Children of Blood and Bone is getting messy. Author Tomi Adeyemi says she wants nothing to do with the Paramount Pictures adaptation of her best-selling book. Why don't you post about the adaptation of your film anymore? Adeyemi wrote in a TikTok caption, there is a reason I will not post anything about the adaptation of my work. She includes a screenshot of a conversation with Stenberg, who starred in the movie, in which she blocked her after Stenberg told her not to mention her name in interviews. Adeyemi says she hasn't seen the movie and doesn't plan to. Last year, Stenberg received criticism for her casting as Princess Amari, as the character is described as having dark copper skin in the book, with some fans feeling disappointed as they hoped for a actress from Nigeria would have been selected to play the part. I just want to take a moment to fully address in video format the perception that exists of me, that I still rose from dark-skinned women, Stenberg said at the time. This year was mostly defined for me, honestly, by contending what it felt like to receive racist deaths just for existing in the Star Wars universe, and that was a really difficult thing for me to move through. But honestly, it feels like so much more painful that I'm at odds with my own community. And then it says who all is casted. So y'all not telling us what happened.
Weird. It's just weird, man. This is weird.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay.
And it's fucked up because they said that the book is good, and it's like gonna be some good shit. And the cast they got is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
she got this book, and it's some other not nefarious but interesting stuff about this. She got this movie deal before the book dropped.
Oh, wow.
So Fox bought it first originally before the book dropped. Just hearing about it, Fox bought it. Then when you know the Fox merger with Disney and all that, it got dropped. And then Paramount bought it after that again in 2022. Damn. She got the book deal in she got the movie deal in like 2016. The book then dropped in like 2018, I believe. Let me confirm that real quick. But it's just so weird with it, man. And then there's people that are saying that, she's been fighting her own people in her own community. Like, it's just weird, man.
Yeah.
This book seems like it's awesome though. Yeah. So the book came out in 2018. She got the book deal in 2016. I mean, the movie deal 2016. Book came out in 2018. That's how much they were excited about it. They gave her the deal a year and a half before. Damn. Before the book even came out. How many books get a deal before it even comes out?
Right.
And a black woman?
What happened on the Paramount side, because you see how Hollywood works. Mm-hmm. You know how. You've experienced it firsthand. Mm-hmm. And that's all I could think about is maybe if something happened through that lens of, we own the rights to the, not your book, but your movie. And so we're using your name to sell this story, this movie to people, but we're really not going to have you involved.
So,
that's all I can think
of. And look, you got to remember, she got a double check.
Yeah.
She got a double check. They said the first time she sold it for $1 million in 2017, the year before the book came out. Guess how much she got from motherfucking Paramount? Because there's 3 books now. By the time it was like maybe 3 books. I know it's 3 books out now. In 2022 is when they bought it. I mean, Paramount bought it. 20 mil. She got 20 mil.
Damn.
So I'm trying to figure out.
They're probably looking to adapt all 3.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to figure out, man, I know it's my baby and all that. Hey, 20 mil though. And it says that it's going to be adapted. And you should probably does have some producer credit on it as well. All those different things. But I just wonder.
I'm wondering if it's a studio thing.
But she unfollowed all of the cast members and stuff like that.
But it's just like it's the affiliation of it all.
I think that's messy though, Dom. It's just messy.
It is messy, but I'm wondering if it was something, like I said again, if people are forcing like people out and then you picking a side, you got to pick a side.
But do you gotta pick a side?
It is weird. I mean, I think something else will come out later. For sure. We're just at the tip of the iceberg. It's gonna be a whole thing under there, that's in the water.
Like, man, it does suck because like I keep hearing about it and I'm like, yo, we're gonna have a Black Game of Thrones in a film form. Oh, and it's fantasy and magic. all this shit. And it's like, man, it just, I get it, man. It's her baby, and maybe it's got to be more than this surface shit. Just because, and then you going back and forth with Amanda Stenberg and Amanda Stenberg. I think they might be the same age. Maybe I'm tripping. let me see, because
I don't want to be funny, but I was gonna say, what if it's a lover's quarrel?
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
I know.
Amanda Tomi Adeyemi is 32.
Because Amanda is definitely
Tomi Adeyemi. I forgot. She's got a fucking and I'm not trying to take away from a black woman when I say this, or anyone one that this is a big accomplishment. She went to fucking Harvard though.
Yeah, she went to Harvard.
So I'm not saying that she didn't work, but I'm just saying it's a little bit of a cheat code in there when you go to some of them Ivy League schools when it comes to some of these kind of situations, particularly when it goes to Harvard with writing and getting to Hollywood, because a lot of them motherfuckers went to Harvard. Like this is, I'm just keeping it real.
And or they went to Yale.
Or they went to Yale, and she got an English literature fucking degree from Harvard. So yeah. I'm not trying to take that away from her. I'm just saying, she had a little.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Amanda Stenberg is, because she was in the show, the not Last Jedi, the Rogue Jedi that she was in. Man, I can't remember the name.
Yeah, it was a show. I think it was.
And it was decent. It wasn't bad. It was just not.
But I do remember all the backlash that she.
Yes, she was taking it though. She took it on. So she's 27. So they're contemporaries. They beefing with, because at first I thought that Amanda Stenberg was younger than this, and I was like, dude, why are you going? But she's 31. Amanda Stenberg is 27. So this is two contemporaries beefing then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the name of the show, it was The Acolyte for that show, and it was decent. It wasn't her fault. It was the fucking script sucked, man. It wasn't her fault in that film, in that TV show. It just frustrates me, Dom, because I've heard about this book for that long, and then I was like, oh, they adapted it to a movie already. Oh, this was fire.
Yeah.
So.
It's just weird times, man. But I just be interested to see if it's the whole thing. That looks like that's some sort of studio thing. And so, in order for you not to be miserable and not to have to see certain stuff, I can see you unfollowing people.
Yeah, man. I mean, you ain't gotta log on either, because it's gonna be in your timeline. It's coming out in January. You think they're gonna have all the random ads on YouTube and IG, Facebook, Twitter, websites? You're not gonna be able to get away from it. It's a Paramount film.
Yeah.
So, and to me, unless you wanted to create the movie, I don't know. I don't know, because
I really think it's gonna be. It's like some studio shit. Like that's the only reason that would make sense for her to unfollow everybody. That's the only logical reason.
Yeah, because. So it's the Children of Blood and Bone is the first one, then Children of Virtue and Vengeance, and then Children of Anguish and Anarchy is the last one that came out 2 years ago. So she got her own little thing. I just need to know, because and I don't need necessarily need to know in a personal basis along that lines, but dude, man, this is a lot that we could get cracking though with this within the fantasy realm with blackness. What is going on that you are willing to go scorch earth?
Yeah,
because it's not, and there's millions of writers that'll be out here and tell you, producers that tell you they didn't go all the way they wanted to, and they just had to kind of ride the wave or whatever and figure it out, and just for the project go through. That's just me. Maybe it's myself. I don't know. Maybe it was somebody made a spit at her. I don't know. So I'm not going to say anything with that. But finally, as we wrap up, Dom, Essence Fest 2026 just completed. We talked about it last year. We got to talk about it this year, because last year we trashed it because of the stuff that was going on with. What have you heard about Essence Fest 2026 this year?
I think it was pretty. What I was seeing and hearing is that it was pretty solid, because they brought back that stage that we always talk about. That they got kind of, I guess people. What is it called? The smaller stage.
They stopped those, didn't they?
No, I thought they brought it back this year. I was told they brought that. I was on the impression that was coming back.
I was gonna say that I didn't see any, like when I was looking for clips online, I only saw the main stage for stuff.
But I think that, you know, overall, I think that at least from what we can see from the concerts, it was pretty solid. And I know they did like a tribute to Aaliyah, which is to a certain degree a little controversial, simply because the use of AI regarding Aaliyah's appearance when they were doing different video montages, which is also kind of like y'all couldn't. Is it a licensing thing? Maybe, but I would think now that her stuff is on streaming, it's really not. And the fact that,
but they be protecting her estate, be real protective of Aaliyah. From what I mean, that's why she went on streaming.
Well, no, what happened with streaming? That wasn't.
I thought that was Blackground Group. That her.
Her uncle, right? So remember, he sold that catalog to somebody else. So he didn't always have possession of that catalog, and so they was.
And that's right, because Tank got involved in that too, because Tank's album was under that too.
And remember, Tony Braxton's Libra album was also under that. That wasn't on streaming. So he sold that stuff, but then I don't know if he was able to acquire it back or somebody else, but that's how that happened. So I'm like, you know, for them, y'all to be so protective of this girl image, y'all sure wasn't protective of baby girl in real life, but that's neither here nor there. Y'all know I always say that.
So yeah, they took away the small stages. So they only did the big one. Yeah. And now, see, that's gonna be my critique. I need the small stages back.
Yeah, the small stages make sense for up and coming artists to get exposure to, and just legacy acts. Sometimes everybody don't need to be on a big stage, and everybody don't always want to go to the concert either. But I would say, based on the images, Cardi looked good, Brandy looked good. I like Brandy had brought out In Vogue, and it fused a little bit of Michael Jackson and What About Us, you know, her song What About Us, and then she's walking away, it turns into What About Us to Michael Jackson. You know, like that was really dope. I would say, as far as I feel like we didn't see too much discourse surrounding like the convention as much. I know different things that happen with one of the companies that I work with, but I think it's also people just not having like the wherewithal of the crowd, like the amount of people that's coming through, kind of being underprepared. But I would say outside of that, the discourse that existed last year versus this year was almost a 180. It's gonna be hot in New Orleans regardless. It's July, so you're gonna have swamp ass. You know what I mean? So I think it's one of those things where it's to be expected. But I really haven't seen anything too negative, and so that lets us know that they heard us and was working hard. I still think they have an issue, kind of bridging that gap with the concerts. But I think they're trying to get a hold of it. But also, Susan Taylor is still alive, so why aren't we using her as a consultant?
Why wouldn't? But like, why don't? Yeah, that's a weird one. Like, why?
You know what I mean? Because when we think about Essence Fest, like maybe pre-Girls Trip, you know, it's always been this thing. Like you think of like all the like dope ass like legacy acts that are performing, like that are like bigger households, like you know how you would have the Shakas, the Janets, and Janet always gonna perform at Essence, like shit. You know, but I think
that situation, that Justin Timberlake thing, kind of got her set back to black folks. Like it kind of, because Janet in general did not perform a lot of black events before that. She was kind of on her brother's type of shit. That Super Bowl, she was like, you know what, I need to get
back to my roots.
And she been with us. She been fucking with us since then.
Yeah.
As they call it, the Negro wake-up card.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think it's just, you know, like I said, for what I saw, it did look enjoyable. And I think a lot of the kinks they worked out, but also you have the Superdome, the issues that y'all was under construction. They wasn't on construction no more. So it should have, you know, as it should have went off without a hitch. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I liked the performance. It was some of the artists, you know, is not for me, you know, but I get S having to have a younger demo, you know. I just think that there is, to me, I think there's a missing pocket, and this with all events, period. There's a missing pocket for like, and I love the Isley Brothers, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm talking, it's got to be a level in between that and like Cardi B and them. Like, I get we get Brandy and Monica. I'm talking about like a whole night where it's all 90s legacy acts.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think of it like, where's Babyface? No, Babyface
performed. He performed.
I'm tripping. Babyface did perform. Let me tell y'all, I keep telling y'all, if you have the opportunity to go see Babyface,
he's amazing. He's amazing.
He's amazing live. And like I told you, I went by myself and like turned the fuck up.
But I got a cure for this, though. I got a cure for this thing that we need for this middle range thing. And we need somebody to bring back the Sinbad Summer Jam, but change it to your name, the Kevin Hart Summer Jam, and bring a whole bunch of people to an island and let them kick it and let them listen to H-Town, Shy, all our legacy groups in one night or 2 nights or whatever the Sinbad. Because I was looking back, Sinbad was doing it. He had 5 years. HBO gave him 5 years. It was paying for that.
Yeah.
And it was cracking them. The Earth, and they look happy out there. They did the Barge reunion there right after Bobby had died. They had Earth and Fire. They had the Gap Band reunion before one of the Gap Band brothers died. Like, I was like, oh, see, but at the same time, I know these budgets would be probably ridiculous for something like that.
You know, I think you're definitely onto something, because think of and they gotta have escape, but you gotta, you know, as much as Latasha get on our fucking nerves.
But I'm talking about,
gotta have Latasha. We don't want 3, we want the 4, right? TLC, you know, with the girl that won Oh So Crispy. You know, y'all not poor performance. We want the girl that won Are You the Girl? You know, where is So For Real? You know, or even and we can go late 90s, early 2000s. Where's Imagine? Where Donna Faison brother group?
Look, I don't need Imagine at this tour.
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
Cause shorty, you keep playing with my mind.
No.
Tease me all the time.
No, we don't need not one. No. We don't need. We need people that had 4, 5, 6 songs, not one. No disrespect.
Actually, here's the misconception.
I'm sorry. This is the Daryl Frierson Summer. I didn't change it now. That was mine. Now I gotta figure out how to do
Imagine had like
Imagine won't be there.
No, but Imagine
if Imagine's there, my funding's low.
No, it would be, you know, they got this song.
Can you find them? Find them for me.
Dude, I told you how Talib was harassing me. I had to block him. I had to block him from my Instagram, and I had to block him from my phone. I never told you the Imagine story? Nigga, first of all, let me leave with this. Your girl, I loved Alameda. Okay? I liked Alameda Faison. I was like, I could pull Alameda. Listen, I've always been a confident child. Shout out to my mama. I was like, I thought Talib was cute, but I remember even in woodshop, we made these like wooden name like plates or whatever, like out of name, and my mom said Alameda. I didn't think to make my own name that I would ever outgrow this phase in my life. But whatever. So one day, somehow I listened to their album. And then I was like, what they up to? And then I like followed to live because he was still like producing and stuff. All I know is this nigga slid, it's like followed me back and then slid into my DMs.
Immediately.
God
damn.
And then was like, asked for my number. I was like, sure, whatever. And then he like immediately FaceTimed me. So we were like FaceTime sometimes. And then he ultimately, I was like going to Greg to get my hair done. And so whatever it was, he was like calling. And I was picking up. I was like, I'm under the dryer. Like I'm getting my hair done. And so he was like, so what's going on? Like, you know, I'm getting older. When are we going to have these kids? Nigga, when are you going to act me out?
Oh, wow. Wowzers.
Wow, like niggas just always like, let's skip it. Like, let's go to the bedroom. And see, this is the problem with dating. Niggas don't know how to court. It wasn't like, let me fly you out, or I can come to LA, we can meet, whatever. Because we never know. We might not have any sort of chemistry like that. And we could just be good friends, and you messed it up. So he was like acting crazy, and I had to block him.
This is amazing.
Listen, I have so many different crazy stories, y'all. Like,
no. We got the remember the we had the voicemail too. You know, people understand and know we had the voicemail too.
And if you clip this, you know, you can tag him.
Look, Imagine won't be at this event. I'm just giving you, and for an example, the very first one for the Sinbad thing in '95 had the Ohio Players. Then they had Average White Band, Earth, Wind and Fire, Gladys Knight, Maze.
Average White Band say Funky Comedina?
No, Average White Band that does what the sooner.
Not Funky Comedina. Like that is tone low.
No, Funky Comedina. Yeah, you thinking Color Me Bad?
No.
Funky Comedina is tone low.
Yes, that's what I was like.
Yeah, but Average White Band sings
no,
Another
I was
Love
thinking
Alone.
of Lowrider. Because you know
that's
like,
War. No, War. That's a black.
That's
group.
not The World Is a Ghetto. War.
Talking about The World Is a Ghetto.
Yes, I no. That song. That's at the beginning of the
Low Rock. That is a black group called War.
I know who War is, but I didn't think that was them.
That's who sings that song. Low Rider. That is a black group.
I thought that was a white group.
No. It's a group called War. I know
who War is because the War is
came out
one of my favorite songs.
They came out 75. That song came out 75. It's by War.
They performed out here in December. I wanted to take my dad.
Yeah, no, War is the shit. But yeah, and then they ended it with Tina Marie and the OJs. I can't have Imagine on this lineup if I'm doing a line. If I'm trying to,
they would get like they 3 songs.
3 songs, nigga. I don't know one.
Songs. They had.
I don't know one.
Because you are also,
and I'm an R&B head. I don't know one.
Daryl, you got to think. I'm 39. You are 45, 43.
And I'm an R&B head. I've been in R&B a long time.
You would age out because it was for us cuties, us young girls. You would age. No, you.
I gotta get through a lot of the.
No, let me trust me.
On year 10, I'll bring him. Year 10.
No, trust me. No, when I say you were too old, you wouldn't have been tapped into them.
Right. On year 10, I'll bring him. When I get through the Shies, the Portraits, the Boys, the Men's of the World, the Tonys. When I get through all them, then I can get to Imagine. If Imagine's on that stage, they performing in my backyard. Imagine them performing in my backyard.
I think that's so fucked up and rude to say. And I think
I'm not. It's not a rude thing to say.
I think sometimes you just like to push away from me to go against the grain and be controversial.
No, I'm not being controversial.
You do. Like
the dude was in your DMs within minutes.
It hurts my feelings.
I'm sorry, Dom. The dude was in your DMs immediately. He's back worthy, and it's nothing against you. I'm just saying he got.
I know. I was like, what the hell that mean?
No. He's got too much time on his hands. That means he's back. He means he need a check. He needs to come and do the backyard. And I still won't know none of the songs. Maybe my daughter will. I don't know.
No, she won't.
I don't know.
Well, Alameda
I'm
ended
gonna
up
put the
going.
poll up.
Well, Alameda ended up.
You know what?
going to
YouTube
work
poll
for
coming
on
out, y'all.
Sesame Street. He's on
YouTube
Sesame
poll.
Street now.
Do you even know who the group Imagine is? That's the poll. And can you name one song?
Donald Faison is in the videos.
Didn't know that. And I like Donald Faison.
Yes, Donald Faison is Alameda's older brother.
I know that because I had to Google it. I found it out through the Googles.
But I also said it at the beginning of the statement.
But I had to go see what he looked like and stuff. So I could put some eyes on him.
Yeah, he's like more like I think Donald Faison is cute, but I think Alameda is more handsome.
Yeah, I don't
He's
remember.
more my type.
Imagine is not. I didn't imagine. I never imagined I would not know them.
Oh my God. Anyway, the girls that know.
I'm gonna be on the whole thing. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Maybe we can get this.
You go listen to their album, and the album.
I'm gonna check them out.
They got this song called "You're the Bomb," and he like they said, "I wanna spot you like a Lexus coupe. I wanna make you my."
Never heard of him. I may have seen their name somewhere.
And in the like Augusty, but like the lead Jamal. And it has to be OG because they switched and they got.
They've had some membership changes.
Yeah, but only one. Jamal, I don't know where Jamal went.
Man, they fan page.
Look, he disappeared after he got braces. He said, "You know what? I wanted something else." But I know a lot of them still right in the industry.
They are backyard worthy. Their Imagine page has 939 followers. I'm supposed to put them.
Go look at Alameda. But if you go to Alameda Faison,
he got as many followers as I do.
No, he don't.
Yes, I did. I just
way
went.
more than that.
I just went. And you want me to put them on the Daryl Frierson Summer Jam? No, Dom. No.
Oh my God.
I'm putting my foot down. No. Not Imagine. I can't imagine them being on the stage.
Oh my God. You so funny.
No Imagine. No. I'm putting Moke and stuff on the stage. Before them, Moke and stuff got some hits. I'm putting up
Moke and stuff is like really good.
I'm putting up Seduce. If y'all all know about some 90s R&B, I'm putting up Assorted Flavors before Imagine. I'm putting up
okay, that's enough. We can move it on.
I'm putting up Isis. I'm putting up Isis before I put up Imagine.
Oh my God.
I'm putting up, let me get one more. I'm putting up Into Phase before them. These groups got some hits. I feel like a promoter in the 90s. I feel like a promoter in the 90s and like 95. They got the hits. If anybody's seen Fear of a Black Cat, but they got the hits.
Oh my God. You are a mess. You are a mess.
All right, Dom, where can people hit you?
I'm done with you.
I imagine I'm never gonna see them live.
I just was saying, if you're gonna do groups,
that was an obscure group to do.
It's a lot of groups. So what do you remember? Third Story had a good song.
They wouldn't be on my stage either.
And then you gotta do the dudes that's Blackberry Molasses.
That's you talking about Mister. They can be on the stage. They got 3 or 4 hits. Plus you got Bobby Valentino. Plus they got the Bobby Valentino songs.
Yeah, and then you got Player.
Player for sure. They got songs. They can bring Drew Hill. They a big group now. They like the Transformers anyway. So
anyway. Listen, y'all can find me wherever you social network at St. Angela's.
Imagining that I'm supposed to have.
Like I said, you can be sure to like, subscribe, and share this podcast along with all the other podcasts on the SOLC Network. Please get into Stone Cold Freaks. Get your freak on over there as we explore the worlds and duality of sex, sexuality, and the spectrum of sex. And come and unleash your inner kink with us, as well as Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations. And that's all I got.
Yeah. Hey, man, thank y'all for listening as always. Hit us up if you want to email us straightolc@gmail.com. Hit us up on the voicemail line. Give us your thoughts. Do y'all know who Imagine is?
Listen, it's okay. It's okay. We've been here for an hour and a half. Them niggas don't know. It's okay.
314.
But the girls that know, if you are around my age, you likely know who they are. They are a very handsome group of men.
I'm sure they are. 314-649-3113. Let us know what y'all think. And look, even the girlies, let me know. I'm not tripping. I'm fine about maybe I was max aged out. Maybe I was.
You were aged out.
But I thought I kept my pulse still on R&B at that time, you know.
No, you aged out.
All right. Well, but thank y'all for listening as always, y'all. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.